Okay, so first I'm going to start off in InfoMaker, and this is actually where you will be creating your reports. There's really only a few steps to doing this. You have to create your report, you have to create your criteria for your report, you have to add it to the Carillon menu, and then give yourself security rights to it, and that's basically it. So first I'm going to show you how to create a report. I'm going to create an inventory report. So I'm going to choose Grid, and I'm going to choose SQL Select this time. And then I need to go through and select my tables. So I've got to go down and find my inventory tables. And I'm going to do inventory location and inventory master. And there it goes ahead and creates the join for me already. Then all I have to do is go in here and select what I want to show up on the report. So I want to see the item ID, the location ID, the quantity on hand, company ID, and I want to see the item description too. So after that, all I have to do is hit this button and return it. This, you can go ahead and change your colors if you want to, but I'm just going to keep the defaults. And it's going to go through and it's going to retrieve all the information for me. Okay, so there's my report. All I have to do from here, if I want to, is change how this looks. So, for example, I don't like how the location ID is displaying on the right over there, so I'm going to click here, and I'm going to align it left. And I think for my quantity on hand, I don't want to see that many decimal places, so I'm going to go through and format it. And all I have to do is hit that, and there's no more decimal places. And I don't really like how that's lined on the right either. I think it'd be easier for me to look at it if it was maybe in the center. From here, if I want, I can go ahead and drag this around, change which order the columns are in. From here, all I have to do is hit save, and that's it for creating my report. Very easy. After that, I have to create my criteria report, which just helps me to filter the data. All I have to do is hit new. This one is going to be a free form, and I'm going to hit external. And right here is where I type in my 30 different arguments that we allow you to have, but I don't want to bore you with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and open one up that I've already created. So I'm going to go to my inventory criteria, and here's my criteria report that I already created. After I've created my actual report and the criteria, the next step is to go into Carillon, and I'm going to go to System and choose our new menu item maintenance option. So this is a very simple window. I'm going to pull up one that I already have filled out. So basically what the window tag value is, it's just the name of the window. You have to title it WinC, but the last 4 digits are characters. You can have whatever you want. The menu text is what is going to show up on your drop-down list. And then you have a short description right here. The ancestor window, every time you create a custom report, you're always going to name it WSheet Report Custom. And then the report data window name is basically just what you saved your report under. And then the criteria data window name is the name that you named your criteria report. The item index numbers is what tells Carillon where you actually want this to show up on your report. So I wanted this report to show up in my reports dropdown. So I counted over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put a number 5 for the first index number. For the second index number, I wanted it to show up second on the drop-down list, so I put a number 2. We allow you to go 6 levels deep in placing it on your drop-down list if you want. After that, all I would do is hit save. The next step would be to give yourself security rights to it. I already gave myself security rights to this window, so it'll show up on my drop-down list. Here's my inventory report. And then this is a criteria window I created. So I want to sort everything by the company Kennedy. that I have set up in my database. And I can either print it or print preview. I'm going to print preview. So from here it shows me all the inventory for company ID Kennedy. I can go ahead and move the columns around in here if I want to as well. So if I wanted item ID to show up after company ID, I could do that. Next thing is just print it if you want. So very easy, very simple. The next thing I want to show you is how you can create a graph. That's just as easy. All I have to do is just go to File, New, and this time I want to create a graph. I'm going to choose Quick Select this time. And in this one, I want to create a graph that shows my cash balances for the periods. So I'm going to go through and find my balances table. And I want to see the period and the cumulative balance on my graph. So I just hit OK. For the category, my category is going to be period, and then my value is going to be cumulative balance. And then you can go through here and choose what graph type you would like. I think I want to see a 3D graph this time. Hit Finish. And then it's going to go through and retrieve all my data for me. While it's doing that, I'll change the title. I want to change it to Cash Balance. And then from here, I can name my axis. So for the category, again, that is going to be period. And then I'm going to need to name the other axis. For the value, I'm just going to put cash balance. And then I'm done. I would just hit save from here. I would do just like I did on my other report and create a criteria window. I'll show you what I created for this one. Computer is running kind of slow. Alright, so I named it Cash Balance Criteria. And here's my criteria window that I created. So I'm going to want to sort this each time by company ID, the account number, and year, and then I will just hit save. I would do the exact same thing and add it to my toolbar. It's already added. So I'll just go into Summer's Cash Balance, and I want to sort it by company Kennedy again. For account number 100,000 for the year 2009. And there's my graph. Super easy. And that's really all I have to do. I can print it if I want, but those reports will always be there in my toolbar. And that's pretty much it. I can't make it look any more difficult than that.